Ohun yaha yìí, akọ èrí, yìí dábàárọ̀ yìí àmọ̀, yìí eléyìí, ohun yìí elú yìí èyí àmọ̀, ẹni sa yìí, èyí tí abí ààrẹ yìí àmọ̀. Ohun èyí mọ ọ̀rọ̀ lé èyí òun, abí ààrẹ yìí àmọ̀. Ohun èyí mọ ọ̀rọ̀, ìhàn ẹni ni èyí. Ohun èyí mọ ọ̀rọ̀, kó ìkóná, èyí tí ìbí ni ẹ̀ka ẹ, èyí tí èyí okùn èyí adó ẹ̀ka ẹ, a ṣe èrè, ìhábàtó, èyí tí èyí ṣe ìkéko, ohun ìlọ́kò lé ẹ̀ka ẹ, lé erí ìsọ̀, yìí mo rí èyí àyáha, ìwọ yìí á lé èyí ohun ìṣímọ́, lé ìléhá, lé okùn adó, yìí ọ̀run ayé amọ̀, a ṣe èrè, mọ ọ̀rọ̀ lé èyí ẹ̀ka ẹ. Now we start on the second part of this presentation, and here we're going to be talking essentially about the vowelization itself. This is the main work, and this is how people are going to begin to understand it when we say that this language is Yoruba language. So first and foremost, what we're doing is we're showing you the chart, the Paleo Hebrew chart. And from this chart, what you'll see on this line is the transliteration. So it's A, B, G, D, H. These are words that we know. The Aleph, the Bet, the Gimel, the Dalet, the Hey, the Va, and so on and so forth. So this particular portion of it is the pictograph. This was a more ancient version and most likely how Abraham must have written. But then it now went into the Middle Ages during the time of King David. And that was when they had this version itself. And this is the one that today we call Paleo Hebrew. This one over here. And this is the one that we have the script for, and we're going to be decoding. So the one for the later days is the one, I believe this particular one lasted until the 15th century AD, because you would find, and we will show you at the end of the video, you would find that in the First Baptist Church in North America, the slaves wrote in cursive Hebrew. So this would be the cursive Hebrew that the slaves wrote in. I'll just highlight it a bit for you to understand. This is the cursive Hebrew. I mean, we will show you the cursive Hebrew scripts as they wrote. They wrote it on the pews. And that does explain a lot, but we'll leave that until the later days. At the end of this story, you'll understand what we mean by that. And so this is the one that you have today, which is the one for the modern Hebrew. I highlight it as well. So this is the one for the modern Hebrew. This is the one that is being used currently. So we move on to the next page. So now this in itself is Paleo Hebrew. This is how it looks like. If we go back, if you notice if you look at the one for the Middle Ages, it's exactly the same thing as this. And this is what we're going to be deciphering. This is what we're going to be vowelizing and decoding. And this is how you get to know the language itself. So we're going to take it through certain phases to make it a lot easier for people to pick. I'm going to write each word out as you see it here, and then we're going to keep moving them into different stages until we fully decode them. So the first word we want to write out, we'll put the magnifier on. The first word we want to write out here is Onweyi Moro. So that would be Onweyi Moro. That's the first word. Your Paleo Hebrew is from right to left. It's much like the way Arabic is written. So what you're going to be doing is you're going to be reading it this way, in this direction. So let's go back to our magnifier. So it's on eyi moro. That's the word over here. So that's the first word. The next word is koi kono. So we'll write that out also. Koi kono. So that's also written out. Let's move this to aside. Go back to the magnifier. The next word will be 80 ibini ekai, right? So we'll write that is 80, that's 80 ibini ekai. And then the next one will be 80 eyi okun eyi ado ekai, which is 80 eyi okun eyi ado. Apologies for that. So we continue. 80 eyi okun eyi ado ekai, which is this word. And then we crop this too as well. Move it here. Those words are done. So 80, so asheri, the next line, which is this line, the third line here, is asheri ihabato. So we write that. So it's asheri. This is asheri. Then the next one is ihabato, which is iha ba. Then the toe is the X. So we crop that and we move it here. So the next word, we go back to the magnifier, but before we do, 80 eyi ise ikeko. So we write that down. 80 eyi ise the taza, ikeko, ikeko. So we go and we move that also. Then the next word will be onwe loko, le kai. So that will be onwe loko, le kai, right? So that's onwe loko, le kai. We move that. And we're doing it this way. The importance of doing this way is so that one does not begin to think that everything was just, modeled up together. One is trying to play some tricks, or one is not being sincere. It'll be nice for us to allow people to follow how we're doing it. Actually, follow this book. This is the most important phase. To follow this phase and bring the consonants out from this phase. And then we can now begin to go on from there. So just bear with me. Let's do this properly. Le eriso is the next word. So we go back and write le eriso. Right? So that's le eriso. The taza, right? So we move that as well. And the next word would then be yi mori ayaha. So yi mori ayaha is the next word. So we move that also. Then the next word is iwo yi ale yi yohun. So we write that out. That's iwo yi ale yi yohun. Remove that. So, haven't done this. I think what we'll do is we'll start from this line again. So let's just, maybe what I should just do is come here, write A, and come here and write B. Apologies, when you're using a stencil, it's not very easy to write. And my right handwriting is not exactly the best in the first place. So let's go back to our black. So this is Ishimo. So the Ishimo would now be the shin. Ishimo. So we move that. Le ileha is the next word, and this is le ileha. This next word is le ileha. So we write that out. Remove that as well. Then the next word is le. We write that. We won't join the words. The reason why we would not do that is so that it's a 6-year-old, a little child, can also go through it. You see, we're not going to disenfranchise anybody because everybody is important. It's a family. It's a family. It's not about one person. So we have to make sure that even a little child can get it. So please bear with us. We're trying to make this as simple as possible. As we go along, we might not need to do most of all the things that we're doing. But this particular first item that we're doing, we have to make sure that it is done and done appropriately and done clearly enough for everybody to see it. So the next word will be okwado. So okwado. So let me write that again because there was an error. So okwado. So we move that. Then yi ọ̀run ayé amọ̀. Yi ọ̀run ayé amọ̀. Yi ọ̀run ayé amọ̀ is the mountain. So it's a range of mountain. It's just one. It's a mountain range. It's not just one big mountain. It's like a mountain range. So let's write that because the ayé amọ̀ is always plural for the Hebrews. They put that there to make it plural. So let's just write this there. Yi ọ̀run ayé amọ̀. So we also put that up. We're almost done. So a little bit more patience. It's always nice because we're doing this for the first time, it's always nice for us to be patient and see how the whole thing is turning out. So the next word is asheri. So that's asheri, right? We put that up as well. Moro is the next word. Moro is the next word. So we move that as well. We're almost done. Le ye kai is the last word. Onto you. Le ye kai. So let's do the last word. So there we go. So we're done. So the next thing we want to do is move these words to the next page, right? And the next page is a page that we've done where we'll put all the words here, the Paleo consonants. So let's first put all the Paleo consonants and then take it on from there. So we cut it. Let's copy it just in case we lose it. And we come there and we paste it here. We bring all the words down, right? And then we do the same thing for batch B. We copy, we move it to the next page, and we paste. So these are all our words. These are the words that we're working with. And just to make it a little bit, smoother, I think one of the things that we can do is click on all right, so I think what we could do is stretch this. Bring this down a bit and then come back here and stretch this as well. Bring it down a bit. The whole intention is I'm trying to fit them into lines. So we'll do them one by one and put them into their lines. Yes, so now that we've written the Paleo consonants and we've written them in a vertical manner, we would now get them into the English consonants. Now, you remember what we said, Paleo is read from right to left, but English is from left to right. So we'll take each word and each letter and get the English version of it. But we need to let you know that this this sign you see here is the A. It doesn't have a sound in particular, and also the O. Some people call it the I, but they don't have a sound in particular. What they're used for, because it's all written in consonants, you would find so many words that have the same consonants. So like the ne is barak, ibiorukun, and like we said in the first video, and then blessing is also BRK. Sorry, they both share the same consonants, BRK, BRK, and then to bend the knee is also BRK. So what they do is they usually use the A or the O to tell you which one it is. So if it comes before the N, is amoro. If it comes after the R, it is iri, iri, ori. It can be erito, amorito. So they use this interchangeably to tell you, to help you to know what word they're talking about. So let's just go ahead and convert them to the English language. So let's go into the English consonants. So that's W, Y, M, and R. That's onwe moro. That's then koikono would be Q, KH, Iko. No is N. So the KH here is Iko. When you say ko, there's an H that is also like silent at the end of it, as against the K, which is Ekai, Ka. That's the Ka sound. This is Ko. There's an H attached to it. So this is KH, Koikono. Then 80, just for space sake, when you see the full stop, let me first say this. It's joining those two words together. It's letting you know that those two words are supposed to be together, because each words are separate, but sometimes it joins them together. So this one is 80. The next word here is, this one here is 80. So we go here and write it in English language. So that's TH. Then the next one after that is Ibini Kai. So we're going to have to separate them here because of space. So the next one is Ibini Kai, which is B, N, K. Then the next word is 80, and that is TH again. Then the next word will be Eyi Okun Eyi Ado Ekai, which is now Eyi, the KH, Okun, Eyi, Ado, the D, Ekai, the K. Then the next word will be Asheri, which is this word. So we write that out. Asheri. That's SH. Then the next word will be Ihabato. So we're highlighting them because we're joining, the words were joined and we're trying to like separate them. So Ihabato would now be H, B, then TH. The X is TH. Then 80 is the next word, which is this word again. So that's TH. Then the next word will be Eyi Ike. Eyi Ike Ikeko. Eyi Ise Ikeko. Apparently, that's the Tazad. It looked like a K. I was wondering what that was. So Eyi Ise Ikeko. So that would be Y. Eyi. Then the TS. Ise. Then the K. Ike. KH. Then Ko is the Q. So the next word will now be Onwe Loko. Lekai is one word. And I think that would fit in here. No, let's separate it. So Onwe Loko will be W, L, K. Then Lekai, which is this now, is LK again. Apologies. Then the next word is Le Eriso. So that's the L, Le. Then Eriso is RTS. Eriso. Yi Mori Ayaha. Yi Mori Ayaha. So that will be H. Yi Mori Yod He Ayaha. YH. So we leave that in capital. It's important for that to be in capital because that's the name of the Most High. Then Iwo Iyale Iyohun. So we now write Iwo Iyale Iyohun is I would have to delete this a bit because I've taken a lot of the space from there. So Yod Hey, let me just put it in a smaller box. So Iwo Iyale Iyo is W, Iwo E-H, Le E-H again. Iwo Iyale W-H-L-H again. Then W. Then the next word is Ishimo. Iwo Iyale Ishimo. That's S-H. Apologies. S-H and M. Then the next word is Le Ileha. That's L. Le Ileha. L-L-H. Then Le is L again. Okwado is K-H and D. Yi Orun Ayamo is H, H, R, Y, M. Asheri is S-H and R. Moro is M and R. Le Kai is L, Y, K. So now we've been able to draw out the English consonants successfully. So the next, where we move on to now is the Yoruba vowelization. So I want us to imagine this and take it word for word and just, put on your Yoruba mind and your Yoruba heart. And this should now become a lot clearer. So we're going to have to change the pen to a blue pen and change the tone of the pen and begin to write out. Let's just make it 0.7 and begin to write out. So, èyí, mọ ọ̀rọ̀. That's the first line. Ohun èyí mọ ọ̀rọ̀. Now, tomorrow in Yoruba, today we say osoro, about toro. But tomorrow is literally to mold words you have a picture of an object in your mind and you want to describe that object to somebody else. So what you're using is you're bringing in letters, you're bringing in words together and you're forming an image with those words in the mind of the person that you're talking to, so that the person has the visual representation of what you have in your mind in his own mind. And it's literally an art. This is why, the poets are given so much accolades and, in the way they describe things and bring things to life. You can bring a word to life such that when you're telling a story, the listeners can literally picture out the story. So, on more on here. Then, koikono. So, koikono. So, we'll write that as ko, iko, no. And that's to take something. In Yoruba land, we'll say, makolo, take it. Kono, o mako, titi eni mako. So that's just take it. So the word kono is take it. Then the next word is eiti, which is that of. Eiti, which is that of. 80. Like I said, you'd have to forgive me for my handwriting. You have to follow this diligently. It's very difficult writing with a stencil, but this is the best way to do a representation. So 80. The next word is BNK. Ibini Ekai, which is a function of my name. So Ibini Ekai, which is your son. Ekai is the first territory that a man owns. Ekai is your body, not your land. So Eka means territory, it means land, your space. But your first territory is your body. You're a sovereign of this body. That's the only property that the Most High has given you that nobody can take away from you. They can take your land away from you. They can take your wealth away from you. But the only thing that you are sovereign over in this world is your body. You are actually literally a spirit being, a soul that dwells in this body. This body is just your earthly suit through which your soul experiences nature. So your ekai, your first ekai is your territory, which is made of land, is made of the soil, the ground. But that's why the Messiah even said to you that Behold, I stand at the door and knock. If any man would open up, I would come in. He can't come into your body or your territory because you're a sovereign of this body. So until you allow him in, he can't come in. And even funny enough, spirits, no spirit, the way the Most High has created mankind as a sovereignty in his image and his likeness as a sovereign, no spirit can possess your body except you open the door. And you open the door through misdemeanors, through diets and what have you. So Ibini Ekai is your son. Ibini Eka right? Then 80 again. So 80, and 80 in Yoruba is that of. You know, you can say eba me mu cup yen wa. A cup on here, 80 kunle mu wa fún mi lánàá yẹn. So 80 Ṣadé nílé yo, no, 80 Ṣadé nílé yo, no, 80 Kunle máa mú wá lọ́la nìyẹn, no, kò ń ṣe lé, 80 Kunle máa mú wá lọ́la. So that which or that of that thing which, you know, Kunle is going to bring tomorrow. So 80 is referencing a thing. Then the next one is Eyi okun, Eyi adu eka, Eyi okun, Eyi do eka. I apologize for this. There's really no space. But this Eyi okun, Eyi adu eka is one in Hebrew. So the days, the numbers were based on what the Most High did on that day, which is, you know, scientific. So you never forget what he did. So the numbers that the ancient Hebrews had, one is okun, okun. The first thing he said is let there be light. So darkness ceased at that point. Darkness stopped. Okun. Then the second day is what he then is named after what he did the second day, which was the firmament. And the firmament is known as a strong thing. It's meant to be his pride and joy, something that has power and strength, unbreachable. So that's Ishin, Odru Shinshin, Ishin Nieyi. Then the third day he created the plants, which is Ashe, Aleishe, Itashe, Aleishe. So you would find that it means to bird. Oman listening, it's like having goose pimples. 1 kilo lisi. You know, so that thing is budding, is coming out of your body. And when you look at a tree branch, before it forms other branches or flowers, you know, they start as they bud. They start very small. So Omar Lara is almost like the tree trunk or the branch has goose pimples. So that's Ashale. We'll do a separate episode on that. Then Asheri is the next word. So that's Asheri is that which, you know, that which Asheri. This thing. So Asheri is that which. Iha battle. So the next word is Iha ba to. Now this Iha battle means today, you know, it actually was gotten from the relationship between Adam and Eve. I apologize for that. Adam and Eve. So Eve was the rib of Adam. She was taken from the rib. In Yoruba, ihai or is like your egbe. So that person that is always by your side. Today we'll say ti gbibanfa ekaranwa tele. So something that is almost like stuck to you. It's like always going, somebody that you're always around. And that's love. Love is, you know, you're always wanting to be around that person. So egbe mi niyen, iha mi niyen, eiti iha bato, the one you love the most. 80, then that of again. That's 80. That of again. Eyi ise ikeko. So this is Eyi ise ike ko. So this word Eyi ise ikeko is, you know, it means laughter. So there are two ikes in Yoruba. Ikekun ati ikerin. So ibuekun is what they call ikekun, right? Then ikerin is when you say iseko. That was it. Think about kunyo. You're doing it over and over again. It's like, you know, you're putting it on repeat. And that's how people laugh. And the reason why Yorubas use K for both words is at some point when somebody is laughing, or crying, and you're not seeing the person's face, we hear Yoruba say something like "Shon sukun ni abonreri," because they sound alike. So that similarity is Ike. But she Ike ka 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 ka. So Eyi Ise Ike ko Ise Ike. The Ise and the Ishe are the same thing. But this is just so that the consonants, to give the consonants more variables and variations. So Eyi Ise Ike ko is laughter. Then Ohun Iloko. Wamalo ohun iloko, which is that which is a journey. Ohun tinje iloko ombale. That means a journey. Ohun iloko. So it's ohun iloko. So ohun iloko is a journey. Le ekae is upon you. Ohun iloko le ekae. So the next word is le eka. So a journey is upon you. So there's a journey on you. So is a journey is upon you. Then lay. Now the lay normal onto is the A and the L. But when you see the O and the L, that means upon, onto, or it means to go over something. So only you are going over and you're going onto. So the word here is lay. It's still be written out as lay, right? But it's actually upon. Lay, then eriso. 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 So this eriso is land. They call it eres, but it means land. Eriso is simply the, Yorubas will say isomirio. It means where I'm going to highlight upon or land. I'm landing there. I'm landing there. That's where I'm going to land. So eriso means a landing or a spot where you get down on. So it's used for the word land. So le eriso, or top of the place where I'm landing. Le eriso now becomes land. Yi Ọ̀run ayé àmọ̀ in Yoruba. We haven't gotten there yet. The next line would be, let me just highlight that so that you all see. So that line would be Yi Mori Ayaha. So Yi Mori. Then the name of the Most High is, I always would like to leave it as Yod He for now. Proceeding, the next word we have is Ìwọ yìí á lé yìí òun. So that's ìwọ yìí á lé yìí òun. So this is ìwọ yìí á lé yìí òun, which is ìwọ yìí á lé yìí òun. So in Yoruba, when you go to a market, you ask them, when they're selling, let's say they're selling tomatoes, you say, báwo lẹ ṣe lé o? And the person selling will say, eléyìí 300, eléyìí 200, eléyìí 500. So báwo lẹ ṣe lé is literally meaning, how are you offering it? Báwo lẹ ṣe gbé sórí igbá? How are you offering it to the public? So when you put something onto a table for somebody, I'm offering something. This is my offering to you. This is what I'm giving you, which is where the word offering came from. So you would put him on the offering table. So you would offer him ishimo, ibiteyon shilo, mon shilo sibe, ibiti ma shimo, to more is to move to. Yeah, so ishimo, so that's ishi, mo. So Ishimo is there. So you will offer him, Ishimo is there. You will offer him there. Le ileha is the next word. Le ileha. So le ileha is the sacrifice, something that it's still an offering. Ileha as an offering, but the word is specifically used for the word to sacrifice. Le ileha. Then lay is now upon. This is now the lay that has the O in front of it. This is just to highlight it. This is the lay we're talking about. Lay ileha. So now upon. Apologies, I'm writing in English. So lay but it will still be le. But when you're writing it, you know what you're saying. But it will still be le, because the Yoruba is onto and upon are the same thing. Then okunduo. Duo. So, which is what we said happened on the first day, which is one. Iyi or rayamo. So this is iyi, or eyiyamo. Apologies, eyiyamo. Right? So what that is orun in Yoruba means mountain. So if it says iyi orun, it means the mountain. But iyi Iyiyonrayamo means a mountain range. So you'll find a mountain that has pockets of little mountains around it. It's the mountain range that is Moriah. So it's because it's Iyiyamo, it's plural. So it's not just one mountain. It's a mountain that has other supporting mountains around it. So a group of mountains. Asheri, it has a peak. It's one mountain, but it is, now when you see a mountain range just going in the horizon, this is, and then you now get the peak at some point. So asheri, so that which again, amoro, oro. So that which is said, or I say, le yi eka, le eyi eka. So this is like le yi eka. So this is unto you. Eka is your territory, your body, your personality. So le yi eka. Ani eka is I. Ani eka ye minimum ni eka is I. Some people will say that's where the word Anunnaki came from. Anunnaki is NNK. Anunnaki is NNK. Enyanieka. But I'm not very sure that that's what it is, but that's what my mind has been telling me. But that's not the purpose of this. So now that we've done the Yoruba vowelization, I'm going to crop everything in the Yoruba vowelization. I'm going to try and crop everything here. And, sorry, just give me a minute. I'm going to crop everything in the Yoruba vowelization, and I'm going to copy it, and I'm going to paste it on this page. And I'm going to move it down so that it fits every line perfectly. So now that we're here, we're now going to go to its equivalent in modern Yoruba. So that, these words that we've used now, a lot of people are not familiar with them. You'd understand that this is Yoruba, but now let's make it into, by the time we turn into the modern Yoruba, you're going to be like, oh, okay. So, let's just say, Omusoro. Apologies. So, Omusoro. I think we should make this black. Omusoro. Which is as he said, and he said, Koi kono, so we'll now change that to kono, which is take first, or take now. 80, that still remains, we still say that till today. So 80, ibini ekai, so we now write omoe. 80, we still write that again. 80, eyi okun, eyi adu, ekai, eyi okun, eyi adu, yeah, which is 1. So 80 omo, we can now write okon shosho, okon shosho, right? Asheri. So eyi okun, eyi adu, ekai. So sorry, you have to say this. So this is how it goes. Ekai. Remember that this is there. The space was not long enough there. So okon shosho, your only son. Then the next word will now be asheri. So we can still use asheri. Asheri, or give me a second. Let me rub this. So asheri. So we can use here, we can actually use here 80. Yes, that's what's supposed to be there. 80. Then Iyabato. O fẹ́ràn tó. O fẹ́ràn tó. Ìhà bàtọ̀ ètò fẹ́ràn tó. 80, then this is 80 again. 80. Èyí ṣe ìkéko ẹ̀rín. Ohun ìlọ́kò. So, wá máa lọ. Ohun ìlọ́kò wá máa lọ. Lé ẹ̀ka ìwọ. Lé is still lé, wá máa lọ ìwọ. Lé erí ìsọ̀. Orí ilẹ̀. Ìyí mo rí àyà. So that's where I saw Ayaha, where I saw the Most High. So let's just put Moriah there for now, please, so that we don't go into too deep into that. That's the name of the place. Ìwọ ìyá lé ìyí òun. So ìwọ á lé òun. Ìṣímọ́ ní ibẹ̀ yẹn. Lé ìléhá. So it will be lé ìlé. We don't have to put the ha there. Lé ìlé. Lé sí orí. Sí orí. Okùn dúó ọ̀kan. Ìyí ọ̀run ayé amọ̀ would now be ìyí ọ̀kan ọ̀run. Àṣeyìrí. So èyí tí mọ ọ̀rọ̀. So a sọ ọ̀rọ̀. Or èyí tí a sọ ọ̀rọ̀. Then lé èyí ẹ̀ka ẹ̀ sí ìwọ. Sí ìwọ. A sọ̀rọ̀ sí ẹ. A sọ̀rọ̀ lé èyí ẹ̀ka ẹ̀ sí ẹ. Now, this is the equivalent in modern Yoruba. We're now going to highlight this equivalent of modern Yoruba to make it as plain as possible. We're going to copy it and we're going to move it to the next slide. And we're going to come here and we're going to paste it. And we're going to adjust it again. And in adjusting it this time, I've carried over the equivalent part. So let me make it as decent as possible. So this is it. It's not. Let's just do this. Let me just go back. Go back again. Let's erase it. Let's pick it properly. Yeah, let's try and pick it properly so that we don't pick. I hope this works now. Yes, this is better. So we're here now. So now we're going to translate every word here into English. Let me try and bring it up a bit more so that we give it. Yes. Fantastic. So now we're translating it into English. And what we do is just go and get, we need to type it out. Right? So and the first word we want to type out here is Onyusoro, and he said. So, and he said. If that is agreed, we move to the next line. Kono, which is come here and say take first. Or take now. Take first or take now, whichever one suits. Right? And so let's just arrange it properly. So the next line will be here, which here we're now having, the next line is 80, that of. That of. And let's move it to where it's supposed to be. Then the next line will be your son. Omwe is your son. Then the next line will be Ọ̀kan ṣoṣo ẹ, your only son. And I'd love to so preach on this, your only son, and why he said your only son. But this is not what today is for. So the next line will be Ọ̀kan ṣoṣo ẹ, 80, that which. 80 is that of, 80 is that which. So that comes here. So the next line, 80 of 80 Ọ̀kan ṣoṣo ẹ. I think I might have just done take first, take now, that of Omo, your son. 80 Ọ̀kan ṣoṣo ẹ, that of your only son. So I apologize. This would have to come, these two would have to come down. Let me just quickly do that. So this would come down here, and this would come down here, and this here will be that of, and we'll bring this here so that everything, yes, so we're on track. So o fẹ́ràn tó, so 80 o fẹ́ràn tó is you love the most. So o fẹ́ràn tó is you love the most. You love the most. We'll bring it back here. I'm going to stretch it out. Then the next line is 80, which is that of again. Please be patient. We're doing this so that it's not like we're, there can't be any ambiguity about this, because we're making a very bold statement and we have to prove it. So there's a lot of patience is necessary here. So that of, then Henry is laughter. That of Henry is laughter. Then Wamalo. So Wamalo is now go, or come and be going. We will say Wamalo is going, come and be going. That's how we speak now. So come and be going. Right? So come and be going. Or a journey is upon you. Come and be going. Then the next word will be you. You. Lekai, Iwo, that's you. Then lay is up, onto, upon, come and go upon. We'll say upon, but in English language, we just say onto. So lay onto, which is see. Wamalo see, onto. Then the next one is Orile, the land. Put that there. Moriah. So let's keep the English name, so that we don't we'll have to reveal that more. It has the name of the Most High, which is why I'm just being a little bit careful. So Iwalewu. So now the next one will be you will offer him there. You will offer him. You will offer him. You will offer him. Ni benye. You will offer him there. Le ile as an offering. Tiori or niori is probably even better as niori, but it all comes down to as an offering upon one. Upon, sorry, let's just say tiori upon. Then the next line will be one. Orun is mountain. 80, that which. So we're almost there. We've done very well. The patience. I thank you all for your patience. It has to be done like this first, so that everybody is following. A little child should be able to go through this as well. Asoro, or is said, we say, or I say, or eti soro le yekai, eti asoro le yekai. So as of when that which I say, see war unto you. So this is it. This is the English version of, this is the English, our own English translation of all the work that we've done. And we hope that you can go through this over and over again to test it and to prove it and to test it and to prove it and to test it and to prove it. And then, so once we've done that, it'll be nice to highlight everything we've done here and copy it and go to our final, last but not least, slide, right? And we put this here. So what we want to do now, what we're doing next is we're going to put the King James Version right next to it. So we're going to copy the King James Version. We're going to go to the KJV Bible, and we're going to go to the internet. So we'll go to the internet and we will search for and this is it. So we copy this. This is the verse. We copy the entire thing and we go back to our slide and we paste it here. So this is it. This is what they've written. So now what we're going to do is put them side by side. And the first thing we want to take here is and he said. So let's put there. That's what he wrote there. And the next line is take now thy son. So the next line is take now thy son. So take now. Let's move that here. The next line, thy son, thine son. And I think the best thing we can do is, because it's thine, and let's just put son separately, just so that we don't model everything son. Then, thine only son. So, thine, again, we put that here. Then the next one will be only son. That thine only son, Isaac. So they put Isaac here, but just wait, thine only son, Isaac. So let's put Isaac beside here. So let's just put Isaac here. Let's put it somewhere here. Whom thou lovest most. Whom is the next word. Then the next word will be thou lovest most. Thou lovest most. So we put the that of Isaac, so let's just leave those two there. So our own Isaac came here. Let's leave those two lines. And then it says, and get thee into the land of Moriah, right? And so it says, go, get thee, is the next line, and get thee, you, into the land of Moriah, the land of Moriah. So we go here again, the land. We're trying to be very true to this. No permutations that are wrong, no guesswork, right? Into the land Moriah. And then the next word will be, and offer him there. So, and offer him there is the next word. There, the next word is there. Please be patient. We're almost there. Please be patient. These things are very necessary for the first words, so that it's not like we're playing any tricks. We'll offer him there for a burnt offering, right? So the next word is for a burnt offering. Upon one of the mountains. So we have here upon one of the mountain. is the next one. Upon one of the mountain, which I tell thee of. So the next one is which. The next one is I tell thee, I tell. Then the last line is thee of. So before we put that thee of, let us sort of like delete this. Let's cut it out. So let's come back here. Which I tell thee of. So this is what we have. This is what we have. And he said, take now thine son, thine only son, Isaac, whom thou lovest most, and get thee into the land Moriah, and offer him there for a burnt offering upon one mountain which I tell thee of. I would want us to stay on this page for a bit. I have nothing more to say, but look at this side by side and tell me that this is not the original language. It will be very, very difficult for you to do so. Now, we're holding this up so that you can check it properly. The last thing we want to show you is this. We go back to Google and we write First Baptist Church. We're doing this together. I will write so these are the pews of the First Baptist Church. I'm trying not to play a movie, and this is by CNN. And so if you look at the far right, the picture on the far right, you'd find the image. I don't want to click the movie, so you can do your own personal research and check this out. But on the far right, you see a CNN video where you see this is cursive Hebrew. This is the cursive Hebrew we mentioned initially when we started this work. This is cursive Hebrew, right? From a CNN. And Hebrew cursive in the pews of church in Georgia. This cursive Hebrew was written by slaves on the pews. This cursive Hebrew was written in a slave church by the slaves. This is the last recorded writing of the slaves that we know of. These slaves came from West Africa, the slave coast, most likely from the slave coast in West Africa, where over 45% of the slaves were taken from. And they were writing in cursive Hebrew. Nobody is going to be able to hide this. And the people in Badagry were part of the Oyo Empire, which is the Yoruba Empire. So when they say that our ancestors did not have a writing system and our ancestors did not have a history, this is the writing system of our ancestors. This is the history of our ancestors. And like what happened in the Library of Alexandria and in the library in Timbuktu, the Library of Alexandria, they burnt everything and they took all the papers away, the papyrus is away. They've done exactly the same thing in Timbuktu. And this is why they killed our language and killed our ancestors, to take away this mystery from them. We thank you and we hope you've had a good time with us. We've had a good time with you. We bless you and we welcome your questions. Peace.